Okay. So today we will start with the first unit, that is graphics primitives and scan conversion algorithms. So in today's session, we are going to see what is computer graphics and what are the applications of computer graphics. So we have already seen what is computer graphics. As the name suggests, computer and graphics, you are going to prepare the images or any object with the help of computer, and then you are representing or displaying those objects with the help of some hardware or software. Okay, so it is one of the most effective and commonly used way to information in form of graphics objects like pictures, charts, graphs, and diagram instead of simple text. So the computer graphics is a process of generating, manipulating, storing, and then displaying the graphics objects. So you are going to generate the objects with the help of computer. You are going to manipulate or edit it, you will store it, and then finally you will display those graphics objects. So this and the objects are like pictures, charts, graphs, and diagrams. Okay, so we can say that it enhances, this computer graphics enhances the communication between the computer and users. So we will see what are the applications of the computer graphics. As I told you, almost in all fields, computer graphics is used. So what are those fields? Like presentation graphics, then entertainment, animation, then graphics user interface, AutoCAD, then computer art, virtual reality, then telemedicine, image processing, education, and morphing, and many more fields are there. Whether you are all able to see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fine. So we will see one by one all these applications, right? So the first one is the presentation graphics. Okay. Now, as the name suggests, we are going to present something. Okay. So in this application, the reports are generated on the slides or the transparencies. Likewise, I'm giving you this presentation. I have created the slides and I'm presenting it to you. So it is one of the part of this computer graphics only. Okay. So it is normally used to summarize financial, statistical, mathematical, scientific, and economic data for research. Graphs and charts can be in 3D formats, that is three-dimensional format, to make the presentation. Okay, so instead of looking at just the theoretical part, or when you search for something, the Wikipedia gives you the information, various pages it shows you. So instead of just go on reading it, if the same is represented with the help of this graph and chart, it becomes easily to understand the data. Okay. So these are the examples of the graphs or charts that are created with the help of this presentation or the computer graphics. Okay. So the zombie function is shown here. The pie chart is given here, or the power versus ease of use. So different graphs or charts are created with the help of computer graphics, and the data is represented instead of text or the Excel sheet. The data is represented in the form of charts or graphs. Then second is the entertainment or animation. As I told you, various movies nowadays are making use of this computer graphics to create the movies or create the animation. The most famous movie we can say is the Robo, which is used with the help of this animation only. Okay, so it is used in making motion pictures. What is animation? As I told you, that animation means you are creating the pictures and you are just applying some motion to those pictures so that you can feel that the picture is moving. Okay, and So it is used in making motion pictures, music, videos, and television shows. So this is the example of your entertainment movies or some animation we can create with the help of computer graphics. The next application is the graphics user interface, the most commonly called as GUIs. Okay, you can create different graphic user interfaces with the help of computer graphics. So major component of the GUI interface is a window manager, and that allows a user to display multimedia window areas. Okay, so interface generally comes with a menu and icons for fast selection of processing options. So the best example we can say that the Microsoft Office Word. Okay, whenever we open Word, we get a menu bar, and on that menu bar you can see different options like file or save, open, like that, edit. Okay, so and under that menu we can see different options again. So you might have seen the icon for copy, for paste. Okay, so different icons are created with the help of computer graphics. So instead of going into the menu and then selected that option, we'll directly select the icon or the picture for the paste, or for copy the two files are there, so that option we are selecting. So these type of icons are created with the help of computer graphics. Okay, so that is, so icon is a graphics symbol which is designed to look like a processing option. Okay, and these are some of the examples of the graphics user interface. So this is for storing, the bag is shown for storing, this mail is envelope is shown and it represents the mail, like this is messaging, these are people, calendar, photos, or music. So these are symbols that represents the icons and which are created using this graphical user interface or the computer graphics. Just have a look for this computer. Okay, so this is the third application, that is you can create GUIs with the help of computer graphics. Next application is AutoCAD. Now, use of computer graphics is in design process of engineering and architecture system. You in first year also you might have performed some of the practicals related to this CAD. Okay, so AutoCAD applications are designed to create building, automobiles, aircraft, spacecraft, textiles, and more models. Okay, so this is just the blueprint of what you can create, or we know that we can create this type of design for the residential flats or some buildings, some official buildings, like this. So you can create this type of blueprint with the help of AutoCAD. Then next application is the computer art. Now, what comes under this computer art? Mostly the commercial artists make use of this computer art to create some company logos or some designs. Okay, so computer graphics widely used in fine arts and commercial applications. Okay, you know that the companies, each company has some logo. Our college is also having the logos. Okay, so those logos or some their you can say letterheads, they are also, whatever design you are creating, that is generated with the help of this commercial applications of the fine art is used over there. Okay, artists use a variety of applications like paint packages, then mathematics packages, desktop publishing software, and animation programs. So mostly Photoshop or Corel Draw or the Paint or Figma that are used for designing the logos and art. Okay, so this is one of the example of this computer art generated by the commercial artists. Again, most important application is the virtual reality. As I told you, if you want to book a flat, just by sitting in the builder's office, you can have a field trip of the flat which is far away from the builder's office. Okay, so by sitting in the builder's office, you can have a look of your flat. You can move from one room to another, or you can have a look from the window, what is the outside scene from that particular window. Okay, so that is done with the help of this virtual reality. So it provides a very realistic effect using sight and sound while allowing the user to interact with the virtual world. So this is just the example of the virtual reality. And one of the most, again, the example of this virtual reality is the mostly in games you use this virtual reality. And I had given you the example of Pokemon game, right? So that was the best example of the virtual reality. Next application is the telemedicine. Okay. So in this application, physician can consult with one another using video conferencing capabilities, where all can see the data and images. It brings together experts from a number of places in order to provide better care. The experts are, suppose they are spread over the cities, different cities or different countries also. They can come together and they can discuss about the patient's history and provide the diagnosis. Okay. So it is also used in biomedical instrument like cardiogram, CT scan reports and X-ray. So in this, they can discuss the various experts can discuss, or various expert doctors can discuss about the patient's history, and they can provide the treatment to the patient. Next is image processing. As I told you, this is the vast subject itself. This topic is itself a subject. In image processing, mostly the images are captured, and whatever image information, they are dealing with the image information and they're analyzing that image information. Okay, so it converts an existing image into digitized form by converting the image file format. Okay, so image processing technique is mostly used in commercial applications that can rearrange or modify image in different formats. So this is just an example, this image, how it is converted into the digitized, or it is into a digital file, and then you can store it on your SD card or your memory card. Okay. So in image processing also we are using computer graphics. Next is education, as we are using this media for presentation also. So the wide range of individual education software with multimedia. It is also used in classroom to enhance the educational experience and simplify teachers' work. So in distance learning, where all students may not be at the same place during a class, just now the case is you are at your home, I'm at my home, and we are still connected with each other, and I'm presenting you the lecture through this slides, okay, or through this presentation. So you can try this site also, https://kahoot.it. So this is again used by in our college when FDP was conducted, and they have conducted one test with the help of this site only. So there are some of the sites or education sites, and many more sites are available. You are registering with the NPTEL. So all can be considered under this education part. The next part is next application is the morphing. As I told you that one object is converted, or one image is converted into another image, and that process is called as morphing. Okay, so it is a special effect in motion pictures and animations that change or that morphs one image or shape into another through a seamless transition. Okay, very smoothly it is transited from one image to the another image. Okay, so that is called as the morphing. And traditionally, such a depiction would be achieved through dissolving techniques on film. Since the early 1990s, this has been replaced by computer software to create more realistic transitions. So, similar method is applied to the audio recordings in similar fashion, for example, by changing voices or vocal lines. So as I told you that we are dealing with the images, that image is transformed into another image. So similar case happens with the audio recordings also. So you can change the voices or vocal lines also. So the example for this morphing, I had given you that Jaguar car and the Jaguar animal. Okay, so the car was moving and then suddenly it slightly starts changing into the animal, and finally the Jaguar animal you can see. Okay, so I'll just show you this. This is the Jaguar car and this is the Jaguar animal. So car is moving, and while it was moving, it has started taking the shape of this animal, okay, or Jaguar. So here face is created, then half of the car is the car and half of the part of that car is the animal, and finally this is the car. So when it moves, it will move like a car and it will come as the Jaguar animal. Okay, so this is the example for morphing. One more example that I told you, that the face changes into another face. So you can, and this transition is quite seamless. So you can see easily one face of a kid, she's changing into a face of a girl. Okay, so this is the example of morphing. So this is the first part that we have covered. Okay, so any doubts till now?
No.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So mostly in question, I told you that the question is asked, what is computer graphics and what are the applications? So it is not expected that you write only this much part, that these are the applications. You will list out those 9 or 10 applications and you will get full marks. No, each and every application you have to explain in at least in 1 or 2 lines. Okay. So we will move. Shall I move to the next point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll start the next point. Now here in this topic again, I'm going to study, or we are going to study some of the basic concepts related to computer graphics. Okay. So we will see the basic concepts of the computer graphics and some of the terms which are related to the display devices. That is, what is pixel, what is called as resolution, then aspect ratio, what is pixel depth, then color depth, frame buffer, then what is rasterization. Okay, so one by one we will see all of these points. Okay. Now to start with the basic concepts of computer graphics. Now, up till now, we have seen that computer graphics makes it possible to express data in pictorial form. So instead of reading just the theoretical part, we can express it into the graphics, okay, or the pictorial form. In computer graphics, objects are presented as a collection of discrete picture elements. Okay, this is important. Now, each and every, I told you that in practical we are going to see how to plot one pixel, okay, one simple dot. After that, we will proceed to how to draw a line. And now I know that each and every picture, if it is a line, if it is a polygon, or if it is a picture of a human being, that whole picture is a collection of different pixels. Okay, so line, if I consider line is also a collection of discrete or n number of pixels are there. Okay, and those pixels I'm highlighting on the screen so that you are able to see that whole line on the screen. Okay, now what is that pixel? Pixel is called as the picture element, that is pix and l, or it is also called as the pel. Okay, So the pixel is the smallest screen element or the smallest addressable unit of the screen. Okay. So this question is also again asked, what is a pixel? Okay. So it is the smallest addressable element of the computer screen. Now we will see now various terms related to display devices. Okay. If time ends, I will continue this session in the next lecture. Okay. Now, so pixel, what is it? It is defined as the smallest size object or the color spot that can be displayed and addressed on a monitor. So pixels are normally arranged in a regular two-dimensional grid and are often represented using dots or squares. Okay, so you can consider your screen as a grid. Okay, it has some horizontal lines and some vertical lines. So, or you can consider your graph paper. Okay, so the screen is quite or looks like same as the graph. Okay, it has two-dimensional grid and all those squares are considered as pixels. Okay, now what is resolution? You know better what is the resolution? It is the number of pixels contained on a display monitor expressed in terms of number of pixels on horizontal and vertical axis. And we know that greater the number of points, higher is the resolution. Okay. Now, aspect ratio. What is the aspect ratio? We can say that it is the ratio of the number of X pixels to the Y pixels. And the standard aspect ratio for PCs is 4:3 and 5:4. Okay. So these are the common examples of the resolutions here. And these are the number of pixels and this is the aspect ratio. So previously the resolution was mostly the 320 by 200, then comes as 640 by 480, and nowadays mostly you can use this 1024 by 768 or 1280 by 1024, and that's all. Okay, so these many pixels are used over there, and this is the aspect ratio. If you can find out the ratio of this 320 by 200 or this 800 by 600, so 4:3 is the aspect ratio. Okay. Now, these are the common resolutions, respective number of pixels and the standard aspect ratios. Okay. Now, what is the pixel depth? Okay. We know that pixel is the smallest addressable element. What is the pixel depth? So, pixel depth is considered as the number of bits used to store each pixel. Okay. And greater the pixel depth, the more colors a pixel can have and the bigger the file size. Definitely, if you are going to use more colors, your file size will be bigger. So monochrome graphics has only 1 bit pixel depth, that is for only for black or white. Are you getting this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what is called as a color depth? Pixel depth, we have seen that the number of bits used to store each pixel is the pixel depth. And then color depth is what? The number of memory bits required to store the color information about a pixel is called as the color depth. Okay. So the corresponding to the intensity values 0 or 1, the pixel can be either black or white. If it is 0, then it is black, and 1 for white. Okay. So these are the common color depths which are used in PCs. That is, if it is a 4-bit and the number of displayed color will be 16, that is 2⁴. These are the 16. If it is 8-bit color depth, then we can say 2⁸, that is 256 colors will be there. 16-bit 2⁻16, then 2⁻24 will be these many colors will be used, and these are the common names for the color depth. Okay. So the more the number of bits used per pixel, the finer the color detail of the image will be. Okay. And definitely then the more memory will be used for storage. So we will stop here. We will start this frame buffer part in the next session. Okay.